All right, guys, we are back for Top Fuel 4-gear. I believe we have a 10-car field. We got 10 cars here. First up is going to be the Blazing Vega, Bill Lever, out of South Carolina. Going to be in the right lane with this wicked 4-gear. We're going to be running up against Snail Trail, Neil Bicek out of South Dakota. Saw that car earlier in Top Eliminator. It's made a few laps down the track. This is Top Fuel 4-gear Q1.
Right, left lane goes 230 with a 3. Right lane Bill Lever goes 617 with a 6.
All right, Bill Lever, good pass. That Snail Trail car, I'm not sure what's up with that thing, but it is very, very, very slow.
So earning that name.
Definitely, yeah, it's definitely going to want to look at that sucker. So next up, we got the Hutch Skag Power 4, Greg Hutchinson out of California. I think this might have been last month's Top Fuel 4-gear winner up against the cornhole car, Keith Atkinson out of Illinois. We saw this car earlier in Top Eliminator. It is a very, very quick car. Called the cornhole car because it is a Cornwell Tools car.
Keith Atkinson goes 856 with a 2. Greg Hutchinson goes 860 with an 8.
All right, next up, we got Ertl Manspoov, Mark Haesly out of Minnesota in the right lane. 4-gear up against the Hutch Direct Connect, Greg Hutchinson, Top Fuel 4-gear out of California. Let's see what happens. I believe that was a runner-up car last race for Greg Hutchinson. And he wanted to get out of there.
Left lane goes 764 with a 6, Greg Hutchinson.
All right.
Right lane Mark Haesly goes 115.49.
All right, Mark's going to be looking for a little more next round. Greg is going to be looking for a little bit more also because right now we got Bill Lever's car in that top spot. So next up, KGC 4-gear, Jeff Graybeal out of Montana. Going to be in the right lane. Make sure you guys are keeping track of your time. So this car here, Grease Lightning, Keith Atkinson, this car broke in Top Eliminator. It was entered to run Top Fuel 4-gear, but we are not going to run it because it lost the pinion gear. So that car, unfortunately, is going to be sitting. So this will be a single pass by the KGC 4-gear. Whoa!
Wow.
Big crash. Wheelied out and hit the tower.
Awesome reaction time, though.
Wheelie bar is all twisted up.
Whoa.
Axle sticking out the side.
Top fuel.
All kinds of stuff. Looked like the pickup shoe was coming off, so the braid is even missing. I don't even know if there was a second braid on there, but that car went kablooey. So let's make sure there's nothing on the track.
Check your foreheads.
Looks good. Maybe it's sticking in the tower. Yep. That car did not make a full pass, so we're going to set it back up here. He'll get no time. Moving over to the right side of the ladder, we got both of Stuart Barber's cars. This car here, we need to clean this off of here if we can. From earlier, we're going to have the NTB Pro Stock going to be running in the right lane up against the Don Garlett's funny car. Both of these cars ran in Top Eliminator earlier. Both ran very, very good. Let's get this car, make sure we're in the slot. We are lined up.
Left lane, Don Garlett's funny car goes 535 with an 8.
Get a shot of this, Sam. The tire.
Wow.
The tire came off of, it looks like the Don Garlett's car.
Is
That car,
standing up
It's
perfectly.
standing up perfectly. Yep.
690 with an 8.
So that car ran a 690 with an 8. We'll make sure that that tire gets back on there. So great run. That will conclude Q1. So ran a 535. I think that definitely is TQ, and the 690 is going to probably put that other car a little ways back, but that is our TQ so far. So we'll get the cars prepped, and we'll be back for Q2 of Top Fuel 4 Gear. All right, we are back for Q2 of Top Fuel 4 Gear 2025 New Year's Nationals. First up in the left lane this time, Bill Lever's Blazing Vega ran a 617 last pass, which is a very good run. Up against Snail Trail, which ran a 2.3, so that car definitely is going to be looking to pick up at least a second, probably 1.7 seconds if he can.
Bill Lever goes 618. Snail Trail goes 222.
All right, Bill Lever ran a 617 and a 618. That is very consistent. That would have been a great top eliminator car. Tough luck for Snail Trail. That is not going to cut it. Next up, we got Hutch Skag Power 4 in the left lane, ran an 860 last pass. Up against Cornhole, Keith Atkinson ran an 856 last pass. So these cars are very, very, very close. They're going to both be looking to improve quite a bit to get into that top half of the field. Here we go.
All right, Greg's car doesn't leave the line.
You want to pull it off because it's under power right now.
And Keith goes 827 with a 6.
Looks like that car has some pretty dirty Magna Traction shoes, so that could have been the case. But next up, Mark Haesly's car out of Minnesota in the left lane ran a 1.15 last time out. Up against the Hutch Direct Connect ran a 764. Let's see if either of them can improve. Sneak out of the way.
Mark Haesly goes 112.61. Greg goes 761 with a 2.
Next up, we have the KGC 4 Gears Jeff Graybeal. So this car, no time last time around. It crashed, it flipped, it did all kinds of crazy stuff. Hopefully, it will make a full pass this time. If not, it could get exciting on the top end.
406 with a 3.
All right, that is a TQ pass if I've ever seen one. 109 mile an hour. All right, next up, Stuart Barber, left lane this time. The NTB Pro Stock ran a 690 last pass. And up against Stuart Barber, Don Garlett's funny car ran a 535 last pass. He's definitely going to be looking to pick up about a 10th to go TQ. We did see that TQ car not make a full pass though, so anything can happen. And that car jumps out of the slot.
Left lane funny car goes 544 with a 3.
It jumped on and off a few times to get down that far on the track, so that is a bummer for the NTB Pro Stock. So, all right, guys, we're going to go through, get the tires cleaned, and we will get the ladders set, and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, we're back for round 1 of Top Fuel 4 Gear. So we have our ladders set. Our number 1 qualifier was Jeff Graybeal's KGC, ran a 406. He's going to be running up against our number 10 qualifier, which had no time due to the car braking. Keith Atkinson, tough break. Our number 2 qualifier was the Don Garlett's funny car by Stuart Barber, who ran a 535 with an 8. He's going to be running up against our number 9 Snail Trail. Neil Bicek ran a 2.213. Our number 3 qualifier is the Blazing Vega by Bill Lever out of, I'm not sure where it's from, maybe South Carolina. Yep. Ran a 617 for that number 3 spot. He's running up against number 8 qualifier, the Erdl man, Mark Haesly, ran a 112. And then we have our number 4 qualifier, Stuart Barber, with the NTB Pro Stock, running a 690 with an 8, up against the Hutch Skag Power car, Greg Hutchinson, running an 860. And our number 5 qualifier, Hutch Direct Connect by Greg Hutchinson, ran a 761. is running up against Keith Atkinson's cornhole car with an 827. So first up, we will run our number 1 qualifier. He is going to get a bye this round. He's going to be in the right lane. This car made only 1 pass. It got squirrely. It went crazy. But he does get a bye run. So anything that happens, he's still moving on to the next round. Oh, and it jumped out. Lucky one there. So if Keith Atkinson could have made the call, he might have been able to get down the track. But this is Top Fuel. Anything can happen. So moving down the ladder here, we got the Blazing Vega. Bill Lever going to be in the right lane. He is going to be running up against Mark Haesly's car. Couple of funny cars, kind of a new school funny car and an old school funny car. But as you've seen, this is Top Fuel and anything can happen. It is not over until it's over.
Left lane or right lane with the win, Bill Lever, 616 with a 1.
Next up, we have Stuart Barber's NTB Pro Stock. He's going to be in the right lane. This car did only make 1 pass earlier, so it did jump out of the slot.
Hold on a second, it's still alive.
He is going to be running up against Skag Power, Greg Hutchinson's car, in the left lane, who ran a 806, and then it had no time also. So this is the battle of both of these cars did not make a second qualifying hit. So if they both foul out, it is going to be first or worst.
Winner Stuart Barber with a 674.9.
All right, Stuart Barber moving on. Over here on the right side, we have our number 2 qualifier, Stuart Barber, with the Don Garlett's funny car, going to be running in the right lane. That car has had the tire fall off every time in the lights. Hopefully it makes it all the way up against Neil Bicek's Snail Trail in the left lane. Hopefully that tire can stay on that funny car. Otherwise, Snail Trail might have a chance.
Stuart goes 530 with a 6.
Tough break for Snail Trail. Next up, Hutch Direct Connect. Greg Hutchinson's car, right lane. Running in the 7.6s up against the cornhole car, Keith Atkinson, who ran an 827. So this could be a pretty good race. Top Fuel, this is first round. Top Fuel 4 gear.
Greg Hutchinson takes the win with a 770 with a 3.
Greg is moving on. So we'll get those tires cleaned. And so far we have the car that didn't make a full pass. The KJC 4 gear, Jeff Graybeal running up against the Blazing Vega, Bill Lever. Stuart Barber's going to get a bye into the next round, so he'll get a bye run. And then on this side of the ladder, we have the Hutch Direct Connect car running up against Stuart Barber's car. So we'll get these things turned around, and we'll be back shortly. This thing, when it went into the shutdown, the wings all... So it's still on there, but...
It's active arrow.
I wonder when it got crushed.
He said it was crushed before it shipped, probably. 'Cause
Okay.
He's like, yeah, it's packed pretty tight, so it must. So I emailed him, and he's like, yeah, it must have happened before I sent it. So.
Yeah, you got to leave room for the compression.
All right, guys, we're back. Second round of Top Fuel 4 gear. So first up, we're going to be running the KJC 4 gear. Car has run the fastest pass that we've seen, but it's also only made 1 full pass. Running up against the Blazing Vega, Bill Lever out of South Carolina. So this is also another quick car. It's going to be in the left lane. Both cars are staged. This is Top Fuel 4 gear round 2.
Jeff Graybeal wins it with a 392.5.
Holy smokes. 392 out of a 4 gear. That is wicked fast. wicked fast. So
Oh, 11 reaction time.
it's like part of the wing did come off of this thing, so we probably are going to have to find that wing off of Bill Lever's car. I think it went into the shutdown. All right, Sam found it. There it is. Battle wound, so the active arrow on that car. Next up, we got Stuart Barber's with the NTB Pro Stock running in the right lane. This is a buy round, so he's going to be looking for quite a bit of speed out of that thing to go up against that KJB Top Fuel 4-gear.
Stuart goes 673.3.
All right, good pass. So moving over to the right side of the ladder, whoever wins this round is automatically going to be in the final. So we got Stuart Barber, right lane, up against Greg Hutchinson. One of these cars is guaranteed to get into the final round. That does give Stuart the potential to go 2 cars final round like he did in Top Fuel 3-gear. Here we go.
Stuart Barber wins with a 539.9.
Stuart Barber taking the win on that one. So he will have a bye into the final. All right, guys, we are going to get these things turned around, but so far we have Stuart Barber on one side of the ladder, definitely going in the final with the Don Garlett's funny car. Stuart Barber's NTB Pro Stock running up against the KGC 4-gear. That is going to be one to watch, so we'll get these things turned around and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, we are back for Top Fuel semifinals. So first up, we got the KJC 4-gear, who has run a 392, the fastest 4-gear we've ever seen and ever even heard of, up against the Stuart Barber NTB Pro Stock car. So anything can happen here. Both of these cars have had problems in the past getting down the track, so anything can happen. It is Top Fuel. Here we go. Oh, wow, it's Stuart.
Big upset.
Gets the win.
Anything happened.
Look at this car. He was de-slotted the whole way down the track.
Running off the braid.
And it was running off of the braid. And the only reason that it didn't come out is because the guide pin is touching the rail.
The guide pin's in the rail slot.
It's in the rail slot. Wow, what a
Upset.
what a run. I guess we could call that a pedal fest, guys. That was crazy.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that KJC car did not move on, but he does get bragging rights for the fastest 4-gear that we've seen.
Up on our records board.
Yeah, he will definitely be up on our records board. So definitely want to get that thing fine-tuned. That thing is radical. So it is going to be an all Stuart Barber final. It's just going to be which car is going to take it. So this car does need to make a run because it gets a bye into the final. Here we go.
Don Garlett's funny car goes 521 with an 8.
All right, I think that was its fastest pass.
Yep.
All right, so that gets our final set up, guys. So we're going to turn these things around and we will be back with our Top Fuel 4-gear final. All right, guys, we are back. We're going to have an action-packed final round, all Stuart Barber again. So anybody out there that wants to build some fast cars for 4-gear or 3-gear, Stuart Barber's the guy to beat right now. So in the right lane, we're going to have the NTB Pro Stock, which got in a pedal fest last heat or last round, up against the Don Garlett's funny car, who ran a 520 PB last pass. So who is it going to be? Are we going to have a straight heads up clean run, or is it going to be a wild pedal fest? Let's see.
Don Garlett's funny car goes 523 with a 9 for the win.
All right, great run. So that concludes Top Fuel 4-gear. Stuart Barber is your winner and runner-up. So we are going to get over to the prize table and we'll get those prizes going. All right, guys, we are at the prize table for Top Fuel 4-gear. Our winner and runner-up was Stuart Barber, so congrats to him. Just real quick, wanted to give a shout out to our sponsors of this race. So we have Jag Hobbies, HC Slots, Super Tires, Difalco, AFX Racing, Viper Scale Racing, Lucky Bob's, Radical Bodies, Harry Canary Bodies, and Mike Merrick donated some pretty awesome cars. So thank you guys. You want to stick around at the end of all of the videos for the grand prize drawing. It's going to be pretty awesome. We have some cool prizes. So first up, Stuart Barber's first place car. He is going to get another Viper $25 gift card. So that is the third one that he has got for this race. Congrats on that. Next up, Stuart Barber's runner-up car, $10 gift card. He's racking in those things, so all that payback for those Hot Wheels. But next up, we got Stuart Barber's second prize for his Top Fuel 4-gear. It is going to be a $10 gift card. So great haul there. Great job to Stuart Barber. He is our Top Fuel 4-gear champion and runner-up. So great job to him, and hopefully you guys check out our other videos. We appreciate you guys, and we're having a lot of fun doing this. So see ya.